Hey, everybody. What I wanted to talk about is I wanted to go ahead and give my revelation on the book of Revelations in the Bible. I was having a conversation with someone. And so I decided to go ahead and, as this was brought to me, I got a revelation about it. And I said, I'm just going to share it with everybody. And it is about the mark of the beast. Okay, so the mark of the beast is about a mentality. Okay, it is about something that happens in the mind when you've taken on the mark of the beast. So the book says the mark of the beast is in the forehead or in the right hand. Okay. And this is a mentality. Okay. This is capitalism. Okay. This is a system. Okay. The right hand that you're putting out. And then it talks about, selling the barley for this amount, and selling that for that amount. It's the capitalism. It is the right hand out. It's the money. Okay. Something happens with a system like this. I don't think that there's anybody who would disagree that, we are seeing a decline in the psychological well-being of society, okay? In countries where capitalism is the way, you will see more suicide. Okay. Why is that? Okay. There's something that goes on. There's a reason that people are sicker mentally. And not only that, just the suffering that it causes all the way around. But when we look at what goes on in the mind, okay, when you integrate into that system, what happens is the mind, it gets into this whole thing where the mind has to constantly actually try to achieve an impossible task. What is this task that the mind is trying to achieve? It's trying to achieve this, protection of the self where, avoiding anyone hurting you, as well as your image. You're going to get really image conscious. You're going to get conscious about everything you say. Okay. The mind sets up a sickness where it talks all day long, and it constantly is, if you go to say something, it's going to tell you to check what you're saying. Okay. Is that the right thing to say? Because, people are going to you want people to agree with you. You want approval, all of these different things where the mind is going to set up this rigorous chatter, and it causes immense suffering. Okay. Because the mind does not stop talking. Now, I'm not going to break down the whole thing in this short little video, which I may actually end up doing one of the radio episodes about it and really break it down. This is just a tidbit, just putting something out there. Okay. This is a piece of it, a small piece of it. But this chatter and this sickness of the mind and the constant talking of the mind is linked to the system, the capitalist system, to money. Okay. And when you really get in that mindset of being able to really, create the success within that system, you take on that mark. Okay. You take on the mark of the beast in the forehead, and the mind starts thinking in that way. It creates the beast. Okay. So, how that happens is a whole nother long story, because it's very complicated the way that this web is woven. It does have spiritual implications. Okay, so you have to be careful when, as a society, you look at a certain group of people that are not as quick to integrate into that system. There's a spiritual reason for that. Okay, there's a spiritual reason that they're not integrating into that, and that they're not taking on that mark. Okay, and you'll also notice that aren't they're not having that same constant chatter. Some of them are, if they're taking, because you can still be taking on the mark and not doing it the so quote unquote right way. Okay, it's a greed, it's a money thing. It's still wanting to be a part of that system, and it's going to start that chatter of, constantly worrying about your image, what you look like, what others think of you, and things like this. Before this new world order, people weren't constantly nagged in that same way. Okay, people were a lot more peaceful within themselves, and there wasn't this level of of ailment within the psyche. Okay, so that is not the whole thing, but that's something for a lot of you. A lot of you are already aware and know about a lot of things, so you can take that and use that piece, for whatever you're, and add it to your own revelations and your own information that you're getting from the universe. As you know, I'm not a religious person, but there's truth, wisdom in everything, okay? So that's that, guys. I hope it was beneficial. Talk to you later. Bye.